Hey guys, hope you all are doing great, and this is Hetu. In this video, we'll be looking at how to install the CentOS Linux operating system on Windows machine. All right, and also we will, after installation, we will also see that how to connect the Linux system from Windows machine using the PuTTY software. All right, so everything we will look at it, and it is going to be end-to-end setup basically. Okay. So let's go. I have listed down all this step. I think this step straightforward, you can follow it and then you can get it done. All right. So let's look at the first one. So what we need is basically, since we are already on the Windows machine, for example, and then to install the Linux operating system, it is kind of not very good idea to do the partitioning on your entire what do you say, hardware, isn't it? So what we do basically, we will go ahead and we will create or install a virtual box, right? And this virtual box is something like it will give its own environment, like a normal laptop, right? So this is actually Windows laptop. Within this Windows laptop, we will actually utilize some of the memory to create another Windows machine kind of environment, and that we can do using the virtualization, right? So that's why we have the Oracle virtual machine. This is what we need to install, and once we install it, we actually install the Linux system inside this virtual box. Okay, makes sense, right? So, and then once we are installed, we can actually connect directly from the Windows machine to this Linux, right? Okay. So let's try to look at it, right? So step step one is basically to install the virtual box. Okay. So let's go here and let's go to this website. Just go this. This is the website for the virtual box, right? Now, if you go here, we have given a lot of options platform. Do you see? So you can actually look at based on what kind of environment do you have. For me, I am going for the Windows host because I am actually on the Windows machine. Okay, I'll go with this, and then the moment I click Windows host, it starts downloading this basically VirtualBox. Okay, so what I will do, I will just stop it here because I just don't need it, or probably let's look at it because I have already installed it, right? So that's the reason I don't need probably. Okay, but let's look at it. Yeah, so let's go to yeah, let's do one thing. What we can do is we can actually go to download, right? We can go to download. No, sorry, we can go here download, right, on Windows, because we are actually downloading it first of all, isn't it? So let's go here. Let's look at the download box here. Okay, so we have something in download. Okay, now we have it, right? So this is what we are able to actually download. So this file is not very huge, 117 MB. So what you have to do, I will not be installing it because I have already installed it. Okay, so what we can do is I will just show you basically once you click on this, because the second step, if you look at it here, it's basically the installing, right? Download and install it basically. So we download it and we are going to install it. So the moment I click here, it is actually asking it that you want to install it. So I can simply go and install it. I can say yes, right? But I will not do it because I already have it. So guys, you can actually go ahead and install it. Okay. Now let's look at the, so once you actually install it, right, it will ask you that do you want to create a shortcut and all those things. You can just do it, and then after installation, let me show you how you will see it. So I have created a this one, right? So you look at virtual Oracle VM virtual box, right? So this is what I got on my Windows actually, right? So I have taken a shortcut as well here, right? Now if I click here, then it will open up a virtual box basically, and this is something like a your machine, right? And here we can actually install the uh, Linux, CentOS version of Linux. Okay, now let's go back. Let's look at the, so this part is done, right? Installation of VirtualBox. It's very easy, guys. No need to actually go ahead. You can just go with the default option and just get it installed. Okay. Now, second one is we have to really need the CentOS Linux ISO file. And now this is the tricky thing, right? Because the CentOS Linux ISO file, it is generally it is, if you go to the official website, it is very very huge file basically, right? And few GBs basically, right? And that takes a lot and a lot of time, right? So that's the reason I have this particular link where this particular CentOS file is actually compressed one. You can see it here. I'll show you actually. Let's go to navigate to this particular site, and this site is very nice site. I got it somewhere. So this is actually Excel Media Hyderabad, India, right? So this is the site where we have all the distributions basically. If you go back, actually, this is the 9 stream 9 basically. Okay, let me show you. So we have how many stream? Let me show you. So they are stream and nothing but different versions, guys, right? So let's go to stream 9. Okay, this is the new one, latest one. It was 8 before. Okay, now let's go to 9 just to make sure that this is a stable version, right? So let's go here, and then after this I'll go to base OS, right? And then once I go to base OS, then I have to go to Windows. So Windows actually 86, this is the Windows basically. Okay, if you go here, then I have to go to ISO file. Now I can see it. Now there are a lot of files. I'll go to this particular file. Okay, this is the latest file, right? Latest file, that is basically it is a ISO file basically. Okay, so you go with this file, and once you click here, the moment you click, it starts getting downloaded on your, again on your uh, one second, yeah, it start downloaded in your download, right? This particular folder, right? It has started. So I will not actually do it because again I have already installed. It will take some time because it is a little bit lengthy file, right? You can see, right, it is 958 MB file, right? It will take few minutes actually, 2 3 4 minutes, right? So I'll just cancel it for now. I don't want it basically. Okay, now what you can do is I just cancelled it. You have to, you need it, right? Now what you have to do, you have to basically take this file, right? This file, and you have to go to probably a location where you want to keep this ISO file, because we want to install this particular file, right? I mean, this is the ISO file, and then this file I'm going to uh, use it for installation. Okay, so for now I will you can actually go to C drive and D drive, wherever it is, just copy this file there. Okay, now what we have to do, let's go to the next step basically. Once we are done with this downloading, we can actually go and install it. So for installation, what we have to do, we got this ISO file. Now we have to go to the uh, Oracle VM, right? The one that we have installed in the step number 1 here, right? The Oracle VM, right? We have installed it first step, right? We will go to that box, and then we will create a new Oracle VM, right? This environment basically, okay? And where, one second, where we want to actually create a new uh, Linux, what you say, the environment. Okay, so let me go here because it's open for me, right? So generally, if I just show you here, if I go to desktop, I can just double click here, and then this will open. If it is not, you've not created shortcut, you can go to, you can find in a program and get it, right? Now here, since I already have one OS actually, okay, I will show you basically, but then this is a lengthy process because it takes a lot of time. Okay, so what I will do, I'll show you what exactly you have to do, then again I will cancel it and I can show you here basically. Okay, now you have to go and do new here, okay, because you are actually setting up a new machine, right? So it is saying that virtual machine name. So what is the machine name where you want to actually install an operating system, right? So you just can say, maybe I will say my CentOS new machine, something like this. Okay. Now I have actually kept the file into Linux VM. I think not Linux VM, some other location. Let me just share it. I guess I think if I go to other, somewhere here actually, let me go here, Linux, Linux VM9 actually. Okay, so this is the place where I have kept it, and I will just select this folder, right? So wherever you have kept that file, go and select that folder, and then you say select folder. Okay, we are here now. After this, I have to actually select that image file, ISO image. So I have to go here, and for now I have already selected previously, so you can see that, right? So it is basically stream 9, that is what we have installed it, isn't it? That was the stream 9 actually, isn't it? So now once you copied it, so this is the place you see, this is the folder path, and then here is the file basically. So you just go and select that particular file. You can actually go to other and you can navigate. So for example, I can actually just select it here. See, I am here only. I can just say navigate it here. Okay. After navigating, do you see it is already populating Red Hat 64-bit, and then type is Linux basically. Okay, this is the CentOS version, so Linux file. Now what I can do, I can just say skip unattended installation. Okay, I'll just check this and then I'll say next. The moment I say next, it is actually saying that, hey, I'm going to create you a operating system, full-fledged operating system, and I need some sort of memory because I need to store something, right? Whatever things. So you have to allow me some, give me some space, and also give me some processor because I'm operating system, so I need to process it, right? So all those things it is asking. So we can actually safely choose like maybe 40 GB maybe, yeah. So 40 GB is how much? Actually, this is sorry, not 40 GB. This is RAM. I'm sorry, right? This is RAM basically, right? So it says that base. Exactly, right? Do you see? Changing RAM. So this is actually 2 MB means 2 GB. 248 means 2 GB basically. So I can say 4 GB. Let's take it 4 GB. And you also have to make sure this particular RAM is coming from your original RAM. Okay, got it? Which means your Windows RAM, how much it is there, you cannot exceed obviously more than that, right? So you can actually choose it. Generally nowadays it is like some 8 GB or 16 GB or something kind of RAM is there. Just check it, and but you need some sort of actually RAM actually to process. So I'll just say 4 GB because I have enough. Okay, and then I can also say, let's say, 2 processor. Okay, I want to get 2 processor actually. Okay, so I just say 2 or 3, whatever you want, right? Generally 2 process is fine, right? Now after selecting this, I just have to say what is the RAM and what is the processor that we want. I can say next. Now here it is asking, see, it is saying that, hey, you want to give me some hard disk because you are creating an operating system. You will be creating a lot of things, files and other things. So how much actually you want me to create a virtual hard disk basically. So this will again come from where? It will come from your local, like your machine, like Windows machine, right? So it will be actually taken from here. So you can actually select it 20 GB, 40 GB. So let's put it 20 GB. I think that should be okay. Or if you have enough space, just go for the 40 GB as well. That will be better actually. Okay. Sometime 20 GB might create problem. Okay. So just go because it is full operating system, right? So that's why we have to allocate enough space. Now after this, see, it is giving me some option because I already have installed before with the 40 GB, no? So that's why it is saying. But here we can actually select it. For you, it will be this option actually, and select for 40 GB maybe, and then you say next. The moment I say next, it is giving you some sort of summary basically, right? It says that base memory 48 like 4 GB, processor 2, and then disk size 40 GB and all those things it is saying. Now if I say just finish, right, do you see it is it is actually done, right? So this machine is set up. The moment after this, I will say restart basically. After this, this is do you see power off? So I need to just power on basically, and then when I power on first time, it will go and set up all the softwares basically. Okay, so the moment I show you, just let's see. So do you see it is saying that powering VM up basically, right? So what I will do, I will not do anything here. You have to just proceed. You don't need to do any more further things. You just have to wait because this is going to be the very lengthy process to do the installation, guys. Okay, like it will probably take half an hour or more than that, even sometime, right? Do you see? It is actually saying here you can actually cancel this as well. Now it is saying that test and mid and test this media, and then you can just hit enter basically. Okay, here because this is automatically selected, you can just hit enter, which means it is going to install it now. Okay, so you see, just wait for a while. Do you see now this is also coming? I'll just cancel it, just change some pop-ups. Just let me show you. Then what I can do is probably I will not wait for entire thing. Okay, just wait. Do you see some processes are already happening actually? Okay, okay, something is happening. Do you see lot of things are happening here, and it will take lot of time. Okay, so what I will do, I will not do anything, I'll just cancel it. Okay, and it will take for you maybe half an hour, more than half an hour, 45 minutes. Just be patient with it and continue with this, right? Next, if it is asking somewhere at the end, it will just say you that okay, the installation is completed or something like that, reboot or something it might ask. If not, then just close it. Okay, completed. Alright, I'll just cancel it guys because it takes a lot of time. Okay, and I already have installed it in here basically, right? So that's why I don't need it actually. And so what I will do, I'll cancel it for now. You want to power off? Yes, I want to just power off the machine. Okay, I just powered it off. Okay, now what I will do, I will show you the next step basically. So this, as out of this, you will get the Linux installed on your virtual box actually, like whatever virtual box you have done, right? Oracle virtual box. Now this part is done basically. Okay, this part is done. Okay, install the CentOS on Oracle VM. Now this part we have seen, right? Add details and install. Now this part is done. Up to this part is done. Now what we have to do, we have to basically enable the secure cell. I'll show you basically after installation how you will see, right? So up to this is it. After installation, let me actually show you what happens. So what I will show, I will not take this one. I will take the older one. It is already powered off. I'll just power it off. Okay. Since this is installed, so it will not again install it. So it will just take me immediately there. Okay. So see, I'm just powering it off. Okay, on basically power VM powering VM off. Okay, up. I will just cancel this as well because these are pop-ups. Let's see. Just give a second. Okay, do you see that it is saying that powering on? Now it is going to happen very fast actually here, right? Let me show you here. Okay, something is happening as here. Let me keep canceling it. Yeah, something. Do you see? So it, I believe it will not go for installation, I'm sure. Let's see, I hope so. Yeah, because yeah, because I powered it off, but I think it should not. Okay, just give a few seconds. But definitely for the first time it will take like 45 minutes, half an hour based on your network bandwidth. So make sure that you have a full very good connectivity, network connectivity, then it will work. Okay, just give some more time. Okay. So you can see it appeared already because it was already done. So now you can see ETL QL apps is the user that I can see here, right? And why I can see it, because when I did the first time installation, the one I showed you, just cancelled it before, there it will ask you some questions at the end, towards the end basically. It will say that, hey, do you want to set up your root user? Root means the super admin user. So you have to give the root user, root user ID and password, probably root or admin, whatever you can give. Similar thing, it will also ask you, not I think probably at the end, actually in the starting itself it will ask. Okay, probably let's do one thing. Yeah, let me just show you basically. I think that will give you idea. Okay, let me show you, I guess, because it's important. Let me do one thing. Let me let it be here. Okay, this one, let me power it on actually, this one. Okay, this is the new one, as I said, right? So we again have to choose that. Okay, let me show you because that step is also important little bit. So let's give some time. Okay, so it is showing me something. Let me just go here. Yeah, so I'll just go with this same option, right? Check and install. Okay, let's give some time here. Okay, probably this one, let it be. I don't worry about this one. I'm just trying to just show you this part. This is the new one, right? This, we just created the new machine and we are trying to install the Linux on this particular machine, right? This is your VM, right? So it is asking me something. Let me show you to the stage where you might need to, select few things, and then after that I can actually just skip it. Yeah, it's doing little faster because last time it did. So it is saying it's checking few things basically here, right? So just allow some time. You can see lot of processes are happening here, right? So we have to be patient enough here. Okay, and yeah, just because see what you are doing, you are basically installing the operating system, guys, right? So it is such a big task that you are going to do, right? It's not like a you are just installing some software. It is a whole operating system, like Linux operating system, you can see, right? That's why it's taking time. Starting installer, one moment it is saying, right? So let's see. So it checks something. It basically checks something whether everything is fine. That's why it was showing okay, 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 because it is checking whether you have the sufficient things basically, right? We have already selected no some RAM, CPU, memory, and everything. It checked everything looks fine basically. They are okay with this, and now they will go with the installation of it. It says, do you see the Anaconda 34.25 for CentOS Stream 9 started, something like that it is saying, right? Let's give, see, now the screen is changed. Let's give some more seconds. Okay guys, so do you see it is actually giving you some options. Now this is the installation screen basically. So we have to choose, let's say English here. Let's go, it's not doing, wait. Probably it's not, let's do one thing. Let's type it here, English. Sometime you are not able to select, okay? So let's see. Okay, so I can say English. Now I think I should be able to select. Let's select it, click here. It's so guys, when you are doing this installation, if you are not able to come inside the screen, right, you have to just press control right hand side. There is control, no, not left hand, right hand side control one. You just have to just press once and then you will be able to navigate inside. Okay, let's see why it's still not allowing me. Okay, one sec, one sec. Yeah, okay, all right. It's trying to. Okay, let's see. I'm facing some issue with selecting it. Ideally shouldn't be there. Let's see if I can. Okay. Now we can just go here. I think we have can use the tab basically. That is better option basically. That's what I feel. Let's see if I can select UK. Mm, Otherwise US will also work, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to use tab here. Okay, so I can go here, then okay, okay guys, okay, let's go. It's going up. Okay, all right. So we go to, so I'm just using tab and arrow. Somehow I just went there. Okay. Now sometime it creates problem because once you want to go to this particular VM virtual box, right, you have to use the right control actually, right? Control word, what you say, keyword, right? Now I'll just say enter. Okay. Now if I can just expand this, right? Now I can see here in, okay, continue. I'll just press continue here. Okay, let's see it is happening. Otherwise, let me use control and I can use tab actually to go to control. So this is highlighting. Sometimes it creates problem. Otherwise, majority of the time you should be able to navigate, guys. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Just trying to click on the continue. Okay. Hopefully this should start. Yeah. This is not so complicated. It is just that sometime my machine or your machine might get hung, right? Or slow performance probably. Let's look at it. Okay guys, so I just click on the continue and I am here in this box. Now here I was talking about it. We have to give the installation summary here, right? And we have to select few things here. So you will come to this and you see there are few places where we need to actually set up the things, right? Here is the user ID password and then one user ID password you have to say here, password for the root user, and then also one user you have to create. Before that, I have to give the installation destination where we want to install it. So if I click here on the installation state destination, let me just go here. Okay. So if I just click here, let's see what happens. Today I'm facing little problem with this. I don't know what is happening, but yeah, like let's use okay, let's use the tab actually and enter. Okay, this is better I feel. Now if I go to this, okay, I want to select this because this is the uh, destination where I have selected. You remember we have selected 40 GB of memory. That is this one basically, local standard disk, right? Now once I select it, I'll just say enter. Okay. Now one more time enter. This is selected. Now you can go and click on the done. Okay. Somehow it is creating problem. Let me go by tab to the done. Once I go to done, okay, I am there on the done and just hit enter. Okay, so do you see something is happening? Saving, storage, automatic partition selected. This is done. Now let's go with the tab to other things, right? So let's go to user root password basically, right? So here if I go and hit enter, I have to say root password. So I'll say root only, okay, and then go by tab, another say root, and I say hit enter, another hit enter, and if I go to by tab, I will go to done. Okay, all right, I'm on the done now. Let's click, double click, sorry, hit enter. Oh, it's not happening, sorry. Okay, now I'm here, I guess. Okay, let's try this. Okay, we are done. So we set the password for user creation. We have to create. So here also let me create user ETL QA labs. You can do whatever you want. Now it has created username also. Full name, when I say username also same actually coming. Now with the tab, I'll go to password field. So password I will say root. Just to remember it, you can set anything, but just to remember it easily, root is the password all the time. Now I'll go by tab, and for you probably you should be able to navigate it. I'm just facing this issue, that's why I'm going by tab actually. I'll go to done. Okay, not here guys. Okay, let me just, do you see? Okay, what I will do here, I'll just go by, let's see, done. No, I will say, okay, let's try. Okay, hopefully this should be fine this time. Okay, okay, I think something else is coming. Okay guys, wait. This is especially, I don't know, this time it is something, some problem, right? Okay, I actually want to cancel this. See, the cancel is also not happening. Okay, strange. Definitely it is a strange thing. Let's see if I can somehow. Password too long, you must press twice to confirm. Okay, let's see if I can somehow move to done. Alright guys, let's see if this time I just want to click on the done actually, So okay, let's see. Okay, I think this is selected this time. Okay, two times I'll do. Okay, great. This time I'm done. Okay, let's go to begin installation. Now we are able to select, this is the window I was talking about it. Let's go to begin installation now. Okay, so I'm here already on the begin installation. Probably, let's see if I can. Okay, I'm on the begin installation. Okay, now the moment I say begin installation, do you see the installation has already started here? Okay, so do you see the installation has already started, right? And it is 1.6 gig GB of installation, right? So it will take really good amount of time, right? So what I think is, uh, I think, shall we let it be? Okay, let's see if it is going little faster, then otherwise I'll cancel it. Let's see. Okay, so I did not quit it, so I am continuing with this. Okay, I paused the video for a while. Now see, it is reached to 98, 99%. Let's see. I mean, it will take some time, guys, because this is the thing, right? Now it is preparing transaction from installation source, right? So it is actually doing some processes. Let's wait for this complete bar to be completed, and then we will actually proceed next. Okay. All right. So it took really almost more than 35 minutes, almost. Yeah. So we are able to complete it, the installation part, guys. Okay. Now, do you see the message that CentOS 9 installation complete, right? Now, what we have to do, once we are done with the installation, we have to reboot the system. Okay. So let's try to reboot it. I'll just click on reboot here. Uh, Again, just click on it, or if it is not working, go with the tab. So I'll go with the tab option here. Okay, all right. I just hit reboot. Okay, now it has started. You can see it. Now it started show all this disk manager, everything is getting stopped basically, right? And then it will restart. Okay, just give couple more minutes. I think it should come up, right? And then after reboot, right, we have already created the user, right? ETL apps, that is the user we have created, and then password also we know. We will actually log in with that, and then we will proceed with the next stop, basically next states, right? Next things. So just give some more minutes. Okay, so all right, I think it's going well. Just give some more time. All right, guys. So you can see now after reboot, it is showing me the user here, right? The moment I click on ETL apps, okay, let's go by tab. Okay, so by tab and then hit enter. Now it is asking me to actually enter the password. So root is the password that I have entered for this as well, this user. Now hit enter. Now it is actually logging me to the box basically, right? So that this is my CentOS box, right? Linux box basically. Okay. So we'll give some time, a little slow here. Uh, okay, guys. All right. So do you see that it is asking me to give some tour, but and then I'll say no thanks. Okay. Now, if you look at here, it is actually giving me something like this. I will click on this terminal part. Okay. So do you see here terminal? I just click here on the terminal, and we will have to do the next step, basically kind of. But before that, let me log in first, right? And let me run some commands. I think this is the CentOS box inside my VM actually, and that's where I'm actually trying to second. All right. Okay. I'm just trying to go by tab. This time, seriously, there is some problem with my, you know, uh, this part because I'm not able to just hit by mouse, right? Not able to do it. Only way is to go by tab actually. Uh, let's try. All right, guys. So I'm able to actually click on the terminal actually there. Okay. Now, let's see, right? So we are actually already logged in here. Okay. If you look at it here, let me just a second. All right. So if I go here, if I just type if config, so it will tell me the IP address. Sorry, INET. Yeah, this is the IP address basically. Do you see here? The ENP0S3. So this is the INET. That is basically okay. Before that, let me just show you some commands actually. So if I say ls, or if I say if I want to go to desktop, so I can go to desktop. Do you see pwd? Every all the commands are working. It is basically proper my Linux terminal basically. Okay. Only thing is the kind of if I just type like shell and all those things, it is giving me bash shell. Do you see? Only thing is this is inside my VM basically. But my requirement is I don't want to come inside the VM. Very difficult to work inside the VM, right? Like the virtual machine. This is my Oracle virtual machine, right? What I want to do, I want to basically connect to this same Linux machine, okay? But from my Windows, right? Which means I will go outside and do connect it from Windows. So for that, I need basically IP address of this particular machine, right? So how do I get the IP address? I have to just type ifconfig, okay? If I type it, okay? Now I can see here there is something ENP0S3. Here there is a INET. So this is the address basically that I can use it to connect from outside, from Windows basically through the PuTTY. Okay. So it is 10.0.2.15. Okay. Let's try to see that if I'm able to connect or not. Okay. So this is the things because I know we have to do some sort of setups basically, but let's try to see that what error I'm getting basically. Okay, now if I just go there, if I come out of it, okay, let me just try to type the PuTTY here because I have installed the PuTTY also. Okay, guys, if I'm just showing you, let me just show you one more thing. So what I want to show you, I want to show you the document, right? So we are done up to where we are able to do the installation, right? Now we have to do two more things here, secure cell and other things, right? So up to step 4 we are able to complete basically. We are able to install the CentOS Linux box. Now I have to basically install this PuTTY also. So I have already done it, but if you go to this particular website, right, you should be able to get it basically. So putty.org. Now you can actually download it and simply just click install it. It will actually install it the putty for you. There is no, by default you just go next, 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 and at the end it will be able to do. This putty is basically nothing but kind of, how we connect to the databases, no? So we use some sort of ID, isn't it? Like for MySQL, we are using MySQL Workbench, right? And for Python, we use PyCharm and all. Similar thing, PuTTY is there, which will actually connect to the uh, Linux box, which is kind of a server, right? So we are actually connecting from Windows. So using the PuTTY, we can send the request to the connecting to the Linux box basically. So this is my window, right? Now we can install it and we can basically, sorry, we can download and install it simple. Okay, just double click and it will install simply. Now what I will do, I will not do this part. Okay, I will just simply go, and since I have installed it, I'll just go to PuTTY app. Do you see after installation it will look like this? The moment I click here, I have to basically enter the host name, and host name is what? This is the same name, host name, like 10.0.2.15. Yeah, isn't it? This is the same thing, no? Let me just show you. Do you see 10.0.2.15? This is the inet, yeah, under this particular thing, right? Now what I will say, I will just say that okay, this is the host name, and I will say my new CentOS, okay, version 9 or something like this, I will say, so that I can just save it basically here. Okay, now it is saved. The moment I click here and I load it, it will come actually. Now let's try to just open it. So I selected this. If I select this and load it, so the IP will be changed basically, but I have just added it. So if I say select it and load it, it will load the IP here, and the port will always be 22 only, okay, for Linux. Now let me open it. Let's see what happens. So this is trying to connect to that particular Linux server, but let's see whether we are able to connect it or not, right? So it is actually trying to connect. Let's see what happens. There is another way also how we can basically connect it, right? Using the ping. Okay, let's see, but like from the Windows, like CMD. See, it's saying network connection timeout actually. So this is not possible. That's what it is saying. Now if I there is another way that I will see it little later, okay, but now we are not able to connect it, means there is some problem, connection timeout, some problem, which means I have no access or something like that, right? I'm not able to do. Now what I will do, as part of this step, let's try to complete this step as well, right? So it says that enable secure cell, right? So how do we enable the secure cell? To enable the secure cell, we have to basically check couple of things here, okay. um, I have to check whether my SSH is actually like SSH services are working or not, right? So let's go here and try to go to Linux box. I will type and check whether my SSH is working or not. But before that, guys, okay, since I'm logged in as a ETL QLabs, if I say who am I, if you see, it is showing you. Let me just make it little bigger. Okay, I think it's okay. That's fine, I guess. I think open. So it's a ETL QA labs, but I want to run some commands where ETL QA labs do not have sufficient permission. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just log in with the root user. So how do I log in? I will say su and space hyphen. Okay. This is basically logging to the root user. Okay. And this is asking password. I'll say root. Root is the password for both actually, root user and this one. Now if I say who am I, do you see I am getting the user as root actually here, right? Which means now I am logged in as a super admin user, right? Now I should be able to perform all the function. Now first of all I will see whether my secure cell is actually active or not, or it is working or not. So there is some command that I have to run here. Let's check it. This will actually help me to know whether my secure cell services are working or not. So I'll say sudo, just pay attention, I'll just check services here. So I'll say system control CTL. Okay guys, I think I have to say status, okay, status SSHD, SSHD, okay. Let's see what happens. It is saying that it is already enabled and it is already working basically, isn't it? Do you see? It is saying that it is already enabled and working, no need to do anything. Now, what I will also do is here, I will actually go and see because this particular things is coming from a particular file basically. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just say enter. Let me clear it. There is a file where all these details are there. I probably need to go there to change some secure cell configuration because I need to see really why I'm not able to connect. So what I will do, I'll go to, again I cannot go to that file directly, so I have to go by sudo user. So I'll say sudo vi. Vi we have already learned, like vi editor, right? So we have to just open it and edit something. But sudo, because I am logged in as a super user, right? Now there is a file called etc, and within this file ssh, these are the folder, and sshd underscore config. Okay, let's see guys whether we are able to open this file. Yes, we are able to open this file, and let's see, let's go down actually. Okay, and do you see there are few things which are not enabled, so I have to enable few things because I am not able to connect, because you see the port for my connection was 22 and this port is actually commented. So what I have to do, I have to just enable the edit insert part, right? Like I'll do go to mode, edit mode. So how I will go in vi editor, because we have opened in the vi, so I'll just press I. This is why we do, right? Now let's actually remove this hash. Okay, now this is enabled. Now I also have to enable the listener address here. Listener address is basically the host ID, right? So it is 000, or you can actually give your host ID, exact host ID 10 dot something like that, right? So but right now I will let it be. Okay, so I'll just enable this as well. So I'll remove the hash here. Okay, how do I remove? I'll just say delete. Okay, this is done. So this two part is done, and there is one more part, guys. Okay, let me come back, come down, show you. There is one more part which says that are you going to connect, basically are you authorized to connect or not, something like that. Let me show you. Authorization, right? It says permit. Huh. One second. Let's go down. I think that says permit root login or something like that. Okay, it's, let's go up, authorized, permit, here it is, no? Permit root login. Do you see here? I have to enable this also. So let me remove the hash. So it will be enabled. This is enabled, but here prohibited password. I don't want to have the password, so I will just say that permit root login. I will say yes. Okay, that's it. So this is the three things that I need to change. One thing is permit, root, login, and then we also have to say listener, port and listener. These two also we have to enable. Now guys, I will just commit it. Like I will just save it. So in vi colon wq, we have already learned it, so no need to tell about it. Now we are able to change all these things. Okay. Now what I will say, I will also check one more thing, guys. Okay. Now I will go to my, okay, second part. No, I will go and allow. Okay, let me just show you the step actually. If I go, this part is done. So this part is done, guys, right? Enable secure cell. We are able to change the setting in that file, and we are able to do. Now enable network connectivity. How do we do that? We have to go here and we have to basically enable the network, right? Now I'll say, I'll go to machine, I'll just setting, and when I go to setting, I'll go to network here, and here in the network one, it is actually attached to NAT, right? This is not something that, so if you are actually having the VM as a like Oracle VirtualBox, then we have to go for bridge adapter, guys. So this is a change actually. This way, you are actually allowing the network to be connecting, right? So your network, you are allowing to connect between Windows, from Windows to Linux, basically. So this setting we have to do it actually. Okay, this is this part basically. Okay, so we are done very quickly. So this part is done actually. Now, guys, what we have to do, so this part anyways we have to go now, and we are done with this. Now we want to basically configure host and port. We have already done it basically before we try to connect. Let's try to connect. I think it should be fine this time. Okay, let's try to go to PuTTY again. This part we have already learned it before, I mean done it. Let's go here, And okay, so before that, guys, let's try to do one thing. Let's try to check one more time what is the IP, right? So I will say here, okay, again, root. I'll say ifconfig. Okay, let's see what I'm going to get it. So it is still showing the same thing, right? 10 to, right? Same thing actually. Okay, let me try to see whether we are able to connect this time or not. Let's see. So seems like not, otherwise it might have already shown you. It will be going to say some problem, timeout or something. Okay. Okay. So let me mean, okay, it's going to it's showing, right, network timed out, right, connection timeout. I will also show you one more way to connect. So go to command prompt cmd and then just say ping. If you don't have PuTTY before, then you can say ping, and I say 10.0.2.15 actually, right? This is what it is. Let's see what it says. It will definitely give you the timeout, right? Request timed out and all those things. But actually the port is same, right? 10 to means not port, like the host name, right? IP 10.0.2.15, isn't it? Same thing, no? 10.0.2.15. It is not working. I think one more setting is required, guys. Okay, let's go there. I think that's the problem. I think we have to see whether SE Linux is disabled or enabled actually. Okay, so let me see. How do I check whether it is enabled or disabled? Probably I can go to that particular file, isn't it? Let's go that file. Similar way, what we have done for the SSH, no? So there is another file which is, I'll go by sudo and then I'll say vi, and let's see that what is the configuration for this file. So it is again in etc and this particular folder and then se linux, I guess, config. Okay, let's see, guys. Okay, so this file, no? So in this file also we have to make something disabled will be there, so we have to make it enable. Now do you see SE Linux? This is enforcing, which means enforcing means actually it is enabled. Okay, so I have to just write it disabled actually. I'll just replace this value. I'll say disabled. Perfect. I just have to say disabled. That's it, I guess. And yeah, that's it. Now I will just go and save this particular file in vi. That's it. Okay. Now can I also see one more thing? I want to basically see how the SSH is, what is the port, do we have the port for SSH or not, right? So I have to just check one more thing. Sudo and ss hyphen TULN. Let's see, we have the port 22 or not here. Sorry, where it is. It's not showing in a very proper way, but let's see. Okay. TCP. Okay, port. The thing is, right, just to give me a second. Problem here is this is not really okay. Like not very good visible thing actually here. Okay. Let's type something here. Okay. Okay. I'm facing this problem. Otherwise, I could have show. Okay. Let's run it again. Let's try to see. Okay. I hope. Let's see. So listen. Uh, I should be able to C22, port number 22. The problem here is I am not able to see it very properly. But here, do you see? There is a port here somewhere here 22 actually. Let me show you. I think it's fine. Here it is, right? So something, oh, here actually. Do you see? The TCP port is listening on 22, right? So I think we are good here. Okay. Now what I will do, I will probably go and again I will check. I will again check what is the ifconfig this time. Ifconfig. Okay, I think we have to reboot it. So let's reboot it. Still it is showing that inet is 10. Do you see? 10.02.15. Ideally it should be changed actually after changing this. Let me try to reboot it. Okay. So how do we reboot it? We have to just say sudo and reboot, guys. Let's see, because a lot of changes we have done. Now let's reboot it. Sudo reboot. Let's reboot it. Just give a couple minutes. Okay, it should be quick enough, right? Just rebooting it. Okay, so reboot is completed, guys. Let's see. Let's log in again. Root. Let's log in and see. This time we will change the IP address, right? It should be changed basically, because after this setup, right, we should be getting the one which is accessible over the network. Okay, now let's try to say terminal. No, okay, what is happening? Okay, terminal. Okay, sorry. Let me just type it properly. For you guys, you should not be facing this issue. I'm facing, that's why I'm going through tab and all. Otherwise, you should be able to click it. Okay, and you have to always use the control keyword on the right hand side, which is there to navigate between this machine, which is VM, and then to Windows basically. So if you press once, then it will take you to the Windows actually control, something like that. Okay, so let's go there and try to. Okay, I'm there. Let me run it now. Now I will check again what is ifconfig. Okay, I'm expecting the change. Let's see what happens. Oh, do you see, guys, here? It came to 192.68.0.109. Earlier it was 10.0.2 something, isn't it? Now this time it is changed because we have done, and now it is also saying that this is multicast and broadcast and all those things. I think it was not there before, right? Now it is always ENPSS3 actually. Under this only you have to see this inet actually. This is the correct one, not other one. Okay, and this is the first one that you will get inet only, not inet 6 and all. So this is the IP address. Now what I will do, I'll use this particular IP address. Okay, and then try to connect now from Windows basically. Okay, so I'll go here and it is 192.168.0.109. Okay, let's try to actually configure that this time. If I go here PuTTY again, I will say go to PuTTY. Okay, here. Okay, now I will go here and I'll just load it first and then I'll change it first of all, right? So what is that? One. Let's see what is that. 192.168. So let's write it 192.168.0 and what is that? Dot 109, I guess. Let's see once again. Yes, correct. 109. Now guys, I'll save it actually. Okay. And now this time I will just load it and see. Loaded, right? Now I'll just open it. Let's see whether I am able to connect or not this time. Do you see? It is actually asking, saying that connection is there, warning some potential, but I will just say accept. The moment I say accept, it is actually asking me login as, so I can actually either log in with root, but I log in as ETL QA Labs, the user that I have actually created, right? This is the one. And now I'll say root is my password actually. Do you see? Now if I say ls, do you see everything which is here I can actually access from here actually. Let me try to create something here and then this is my Windows, right? And I'll go to the box also and I'll show you there also. Let me create something here. Let's say I'll go to CD desktop. Okay, I'm in the desktop. We don't have anything inside actually right now. Can I just say touch a dot txt, something like this? Maybe I'll say b dot txt. I'm just creating two normal file basically. Okay, do you see? This is my file. Now let's go and see. Okay, in the here, right? So where am I? Right, pwd. I'm okay. ETL apps already logged in actually. Do you see? Okay, now what I will do, I will just say ls. So I'm here, I'll say desktop, I'll go to desktop, and if I say ls, do you see? I'm able to see these two files also from the Linux, like inside the same Linux machine, right? But it is actually inside my VM, which is actually separate environment. This is actually Unix Linux environment, but I'm able to access this, right? So I don't want to actually come and work here. It is very difficult to work. That's why PuTTY is the software which will be giving me access to work from the Windows machine actually. So let me go. I just pressed control. Now I'm able to actually go there actually. If I don't press control, right? So see, my mouse is not going actually. I'm not able to go to anything. I'm not going to go outside of this particular box. Okay. So I have to press control and then I should be able to go. See, I'm able to go now here. Okay, so this is what exactly is there. All this setting is required, guys. Okay, so this time this video became very long. Okay, but I really think that many people it will be helping you in the it will be helping in the future, because this is something very difficult setup. Nobody will tell you in such a detailed way. Okay, and that's why I have not gone for the shortcut also. You remember I was just telling that I will not go for the installation, but I have gone for the installation. So what you have to do here, everything we are able to complete. There was issue also, that also we resolved. Everything step by step we did. If you follow the same steps what I have done, you'll be able to do. So you have to basically take care of this part, installing the VM first. Okay, so that will install some sort of this kind of VM actually. Okay, it will be empty obviously first time, and then you have to also download this one. So I have given this path, you can actually navigate to the same path. All these things I will be going to put in the description of this video, guys. Okay, so you can actually go and you can no need to type it, you can just copy paste it and you can actually do the installation. Okay, follow step by step, and PuTTY also you have to do. So you have to just do the simple installation, and remaining the hard part, right, whatever complex part was there, I have taken care in this video. Okay, that's why this video became very big one, very lengthy one, but I sincerely hope that this can actually help to so many people who really wanted to install the Linux on their machine, right? Because I have not seen any video who has done actually end to end basically, right? Some people might show you, okay, CentOS installation, they might have done it, but they have not actually shown how do you connect through the PuTTY from the Windows, and then your PuTTY is something that you can actually work after, connecting it. It's like your machine actually from Windows only. So now from here you can connect to Linux box and get the file, and you can push the file, etc. You can do all these things, right? So that's all for this video. I think it was a very lengthy video. Okay, but yeah, I think it's worth. Thank you so much and for watching this. And if you like this video, please subscribe the channel if you are coming on the first time. And also share with your friends, guys. This knowledge is unfiltered knowledge, I'll tell you. Okay, nobody will tell you in this detail. So that's the reason. Uh, if you have spotted this video, and or maybe somebody have sent you this video for you, I think you should also help the people, right? So if you help the people, that will come in return to you. So if whatever you do, it will come to return, right? So yeah, that's the thing. I just wanted to kind of do this video. It's very uh, lengthy one, but uh, yeah, that's all I think, and I'll see you soon with the next video, guys. Until then, happy learning. God bless you. Bye.